Nullify is immediately setting up some dream pallets for later. We spawn topside going to the corrupted side of the map, which would be bottom. Usually you'll see killers do this on maps with a choke like this, like ARP or Shuffle. They'll hold the choke, look for any survivors that are crossing. We immediately see two survivors by Shaq. Null not looking like he's interested in that chase. He wants to find a survivor that's potentially crossing top. I think that's the third survivor we see there, or was that the two survivors we saw initially? I didn't really get a good look. But we know at minimum there is two survivors at Shaq. Null is looking like he is going to finally take chase. Oh my god, that was such an unfortunate auto aim, bro. I think he got robbed there low-key. But we do get the snare onto, who was that? That was Rebecca. And we TP on the gen and get our first tag onto check spots. Check spots trying to take the chase, or keep the chase bottom, I should say, taking the chase towards Shaq. Null deciding to take this chase. We cap Shaq and we get the stun. Null is committing. We're going to go around Shaq. It looks like we are going to play 4. We're going to try to wrap this hill. This is looking like it's going to be a down fairly soon. We're going to die corner. And this will be the first down of the game on 5 gens. Well played by Null, getting the early down. We'll be taking our first hook at 4. We do see the first generator pop. And now we'll see how Null decides to play this. It looks like he's going towards the top side of the map. Actually, looks like maybe he's trying to hold choke again. Looking for any survivors potentially rotating for the pull. He's going to check around the completed gen, look for any potentially survivors that are still nearby. Maybe went to a nearby generator. Null definitely is looking for maybe to get a potential tag on somebody. Looking to go back towards hook now, trying to confirm a second stage, or looking for the person resetting for the pull. Just not letting anything happen for free. Right now it's more a game of just patience. He's just waiting for the survivors to really make a move here. Ideally he's going to get check spots to hit second. Enough time has passed now where he didn't get a tag, he didn't get a pallet out the way, so now he kind of just has to confirm second for the time allocated to trying to find another survivor. And we'll see. I'm assuming the survivors are cranking gens as they should be. We'll see if they try to get the pull before second. We do see the fake TP there trying to bait survivors to maybe hop off a gen for a sec. We will see if the survivors will allow check spots to go second or try to pull before then. And we do find the survivor stealthing for the pull, and it is going to be Squill, the MVP of the last game. Squill dropping a pallet, immediately getting the blind off, and we do see the champion of light proc. We see another gen pop. That is now 2 gens. Check spots on death hook. We are going to commit chase with Squill. We have information on 2 survivors. We do get our tag on Squill. We are not going to leave. Going back towards hook, we do see the survivor coming in for the pull. It's going to be Varsity, and we do see yet another gen pop. We are now at 2 generators left. We get the snare on Varsity. Another quick tag on Varsity. Only Penance could play for check spots now to take a hit. It looks like Null is going to commit to his tunnel out and try to get check spots out of the game. It's on check spots now to try to last as long as possible. No popping the dream pallet that he set up earlier. Zoning check spots and getting the quick down. That is going to be check spots dead at 2 generators. I can't imagine Silhouette has too much more gen progress right now. So we will see how this late game goes for Nullifies. Nullifies finds the injured survivor Squill. That is awesome. You might get another quick down here. It's up to Squill now to try to last, give their team enough time to maybe get another gen going. Squill doing a fantastic job so far in this chase, allowing for the reset to happen on Varsity and Penance. Squill just, wow, he's cold with it, man. Just ice in his veins. He's not falling for any of these mind games that Null is going for. Really good movement by Squill. Solid movement by Null too. It's just Squill didn't bite on anything. Just really solid patience, really solid movement. And now we are continuing chase with Squill on the top side of the map. I would imagine Varsity and Penance are splitting the last 2 generators. Squill is doing a fantastic job in chase. I mean, we saw this last week too versus Ethereal. Squill just put on monstrous chases. Like, put Squill on freaking Elysium immediately. Null TPs, goes towards Shack, realizes the chase going on a bit too long, wants to interrupt any gen progress that could potentially be happening, and we do find Varsity working on a generator. Varsity now taking the chase towards the top side of the map. Looks like Null is going to commit. Imagine Penance is going to probably pop a gen bot anytime now. And Null thinking the same. TP's bottom side, interrupting the gen that Penance was going on. Null has now interrupted both active gens. There's probably no survivor on a generator right now. I would imagine Squill and Varsity are meeting up somewhere to reset, probably main building or somewhere around there. But it looks like Penance is trying to take the chase top side. The survivors clearly want to pop some gens bot. They do have 2 gens high prog over there. Null faking a TP, I would guess. No, he full sends it, and we do TP on Varsity. Varsity injured, but he should make this pallet. Huge, massive, enormous swing, but we don't get it. And Varsity gets the stun. He is kind of zoned here. And Null breaking the pallet has Varsity zoned. Will this be Varsity going down? And it looks like it will be. Varsity going down 2 gens. We do see the eruption proc on one of the highly progressed gens, and that is going to be Varsity's first hook stage. We still have Squill injured and in the dream state, and we have Penance fully healthy. We have this gen over on 11, very low prog. We know 2 generators bottom side were fairly high progress or decent prog at best. We know that gen 5 was humming, but it did get hit with eruption, and I think a PR as well, so it's probably regressed a significant amount at this point. We do see the pull coming onto Varsity, so we know at best there's 1 survivor bottom side of the map. It's most, I would guess it's probably Penance. Null looking around the map, trying to find the stealthing survivor, deciding it's not worth the time. TP's back top, looking for the potential reset. We do hear an injured survivor, and it is going to be Varsity. Varsity now taking chase towards the 9 side of the map. Oh my god, made so much distance. Varsity is long gone. Holy smokes. Running towards the bottom side of the map. Null deciding not to take chase and deciding to stay top, looking for the other survivor that went for the unhook, assuming that the survivor is still here somewhere. It looks like the survivors are successfully able to stealth out. Nullifies TPing back towards that 5 gen, knowing that the survivors have high prog on it. They want to pop that gen. We do find Penance working. Null setting out a dream pallet, and we do get the hit onto Penance. That's all 3 survivors injured now. Still had 2 generators left. Null doing a good job keeping pressure onto these survivors. It's on Penance now to have a good chase. Looks like Null's just kind of playing for a little bit more stages in the 3v1, and holy shit, we get the down with the dream pallet. Insane, brother. 2 hits with the dream pallets. Good shit. Well played by Null, and that is going to be Penance's first hook. Nullifies is now at 5 stages, 3 fresh. And we did get the eruption proc on 5 as well, taking the time to break some pallets, get some resources out of the way, and we are going to TP back to the top side of the map to check if any survivors are working 11. And we do find Varsity again injured. It looks like the survivors are not taking time to reset. They want to play, they want to just try to get as many gens popped. They're comfortable playing injured, but it looks like Varsity should be going down here. He really has nothing to work with, and Null did a good job zoning him to the edge map, and that is going to be Varsity taking his second down. Null is going to slug, and he's TPing bottom side, trying to see. Yep, the survivors are resetting. Squill and Penance are taking time to get the resets off, but Null able to find the reset, sees Squill in the distance, and Null is now going to keep applying pressure. We do see the scratch marks of Penance. We know where all 3 survivors are at this point, and Squill now taking chase, and that's gonna be another down. Did he? How did he get that down? Did he pop that pallet? It didn't look like it burst. But unless he like just set it back up instantly. And we do find Penance stealthing, and it looks like Null has secured the 4K2 on these silhouette survivors. Wow. Really good game sense by Null there, being able to sniff out Penance. Well played, well played. I mean, unless Penance does something incredible here, this should be the 4K2 for Nullifies. Really, really solid result. And there it is. Well played by both sides. Null able to keep that late game pressure on the survivors, showing good game sense, being able to find the reset points and stealthing spots, knowing which gen to go to at what time. Played that very well. The survivors, to their credit, were doing a good job splitting gens. Squill had fantastic chases. Well played by both sides. You know, I think 4K2 is a solid result, though. It's going to be difficult. Definitely a difficult win con to meet of 4K3. But, you know, anything's possible. We will wait until, you know, all the survivors have been hooked and whatnot. But, I mean, there's no UB or anything, so this game is pretty much over. And bleed outs would reward the full kill. So even if Null, for whatever reason, you know, decided to let him bleed out or just couldn't find them or whatever, it would still just be, you know, all stages. So well played, well played. Next up will be Silhouette on the Freddy. Alright, and we are in. We got Varsity on the Freddy. Once again, the win con is 4K3. The tie is 4K2. I think in this scenario, you just play for tie, to be honest. We do see 3 X9 survivors immediately bottom side of the map. It looks like Varsity is not interested in chase with absolutely any of them. We do see Zafis going towards 5. Instead, we decide to take chase with Null. No, we don't, actually. We're going back towards the mid map, and we do see Jaw going towards top, but instead, we switch back on to Nnoc getting the stun, looking like he's trying to keep the chase bot. Varsity kind of you know, all over the place, really. I'm not really sure what his target is here, but it looks like we are going to commit a chase onto Nnoc at Shack, and Varsity going for a spicy mind game. Nnoc gets the vault, big swing, and Varsity looking like he is going to leave chase. Yep, we TP onto an active generator, and we do find Jaw, hitting Jaw with the snare. Jaw deciding to keep the chase mid-map. Oof, another well-timed vault hitting the wood yet again. Jaw with the revault. Jaw now going towards bus. Gonna play 9. Jaw pre-dropping the pallet. Let's see if he can win his 50s. Of course, Jaw is the 50 king, or so V1 says. Jaw. Oh wait, no, that wasn't even 9. That was, he's bot right now, guys. I was looking in reverse. My bad. We are actually playing 5. That was not 9. Holy smokes! We call his bluff, and we get the hit through the pallet, and that's gonna be the first hit onto Jaw. Will we be able to get the down on 5 gens? Jaw does comfortably make Shack pallet. Varsity gonna insta break this. X9 is known for their efficiency. They typically, from what I've seen, like to do a 2-1 split. So I'm guessing there's 2 serves on a gen as well as 1 serve on a gen. And we do get the body block actually coming in from Nnoc, avoiding the first down at 5 generators. And Jaw able to last a bit longer, but it looks like Jaw actually getting zoned there. And that's going to be the first down onto Jaw anyways at 5 gens. So like low-key, the hit tank didn't really matter, I think. It looks like Varsity is planning to hook Jaw in basement, and that will be the first hook of the game. I imagine we will see a gen pop momentarily. I'd be quite shocked if they don't pop at least 1 gen for this, knowing their efficiency. And we pop 2 actually, and that's what the efficiency I'm talking about, man. It's crazy how fast these guys do gens. Varsity taking the time to set up some dream pallets, and we are going to take a kick onto the 1 gen that Nnoc was working on. Now keep in mind the 2 gens that did pop are both topside, so Varsity could hold this gen's bot, and it looks like we are going to get a tag onto Nullifies. Null looking like he's going to take this chase deep to the top side of the map. Null does have a filler pallet to work with. Varsity going to take chase with Null, and we do see the pull coming in, and there is a perk reveal. As you heard the yell, we have a make your choice in play, and there is the Nia vaulting out of Shack, and it looks like Varsity is looking for our make your choice target, which happens to be Nnoc, who is already injured, so the exposed kind of does not matter. Nnoc looking like he's going to take chase now with Varsity. Nnoc keeping the chase here. Botman actually, no, we're going bust. Varsity is going to take the time to break this pallet. Nnoc has another pallet edge, just immediately dropping it. playing it super safe, buying his team enough time to pop another gen or two. Node pathing back towards the bus. However, this pallet's already gone, but we do see the head-on from Jaw into the blind, and we do see Champion of Light in play, which is going to hinder Varsity, and there is another generator popped. We are now at 2 gens, only 1 hook to show for it. However, we do have 3 X9 survivors injured, and we are taking chase with Jaw yet again, looking to get our second down onto Jaw. Jaw taking the chase towards the top side of the map, has nothing to really work with. Does Jaw make this pallet? Doesn't look like he will, but Jaw already dead on pallet. I heard that beam somewhere. I don't know if he's actually within range to get the save. No, they didn't even try to go for it. It looks like they might take the time to try to reset. We do see Node waking himself up, and there is going to be Jaw's second hook on 2 generators. Now remember, you know, in the last game, Null got his tunnel out at 2 gens, got the final down at 2 gens, so it's still possible for Varsity to do the same. We do see Zafis at Shack, and looks like we are going to be taking chase with Zafis. Well-timed vault by Zafis. Looks like Varsity does not want to commit to this chase, going back towards the hook, trying to punish this unhook by Note. Note healthy, looking like he's not going to commit to that unhook, not going to give the free tag to Varsity. Varsity just patrolling this hook, trying to secure the death on to Jaw, taking the time to get rid of some more resources. And you know, I'm imagining X9 is just trying to crank these last 2 generators to probably just split in both of them. Varsity faking the TP. At this point, you kind of have to try to confirm the death onto Jaw, as you've wasted a lot of time already doing so. So now you just kind of have to full commit to the plot. I'm imagining they're cranking that last gen top side, as well as probably 4. I'm guessing they're splitting right now. Like, that's just like feels like an X9 thing to do. But, and there is, yep, that's 4 popped. And I'm guessing that top gen will go any minute now. We do see Note, and that gen does have some progress. It doesn't sound like it has a whole lot, but we do find Nullifies. Null looking like he's going to take this chase towards the bottom side of the map. I imagine another X9 survivor is already rotating top to finish off that gen. Again, these guys are just peak efficiency. Varsity doing a good job hanging on, but also I should have noted, like, X9 has won this set, but we are going to play it out in, you know, spirit of good sportsmanship. But, you know, this has been an exciting game still so far. You know, Varsity doing his best to keep up with the pace of X9. X9 1 gen left. Jaw is dead, so it is a 3v1. And, you know, Varsity could potentially 4K them if he can get some quick chases going. But Null is doing a fantastic job so far in chase. It looks like he will be getting zoned here. And does he make this ball? It doesn't look like it. And that is going to be Null's first down. I imagine that Gen 11 is getting cranked as we speak. Oh my god. And they're cranking this one. Oh, they're actually doubling it. And we do pop it. So they didn't even care about the top side gen. They're doing the 2-1 split as they do. And they might just take the 1 out here. So Varsity getting the 3K on X9. You know, honestly, I mean, you know, X9 won the set. However, I think a 3K is a fine result. Actually, no. Zaf goes for the pickup onto Nullifies. So it looks like they're actually not content with a 1 out. They want to try to play for the best result. I think they want to play for all 3 out somehow. I don't know if they can get all 3 out. That'd be quite impressive if they could. You know, a lot of resources are gone. They're all injured. Node slugged. I mean, it'd be quite impressive if they can get all 3 out. It looks like we are going to commit this chase on to Zafis. I'm guessing Null will probably go for the pickup onto Note any minute now. We do get the down onto Zaf. However, we get the pickup onto Note. Looks like Varsity is hunting for Nullifies. Null going towards Shack. There's pretty much no resources left to play with. All these pallets are fake. So Null's going to have some very careful pathing. Good fake by Nullifies, winning the 50-50. Varsity just mind gaming around Shack, trying to get Null out of position. Null taking distance, and we do see another pickup coming on to Zafis. Will X9 be able to get 3 out in this scenario? It'd be quite impressive if they could, but I don't know. I don't think they should be able to, right? Like, I don't think they should be able to. I think it should be like a 2K at least, minimum. But oh my god, unlucky there by Varsity. No able to make the pallet. I wonder if he can last long enough for, okay, I was gonna say if he can last long enough for Note and Zaf to reset. It could have been 3 out, but like they're both still injured. I don't think they're resetting because you would get the proc to TP. We are going to see one of them on the gate, and it is going to be No going to just immediately leave as he's injured. Actually, he's going to wait at the gate because Varsity didn't full force him out. And then Zaf could be playing for pickup right now. And he is. Nullifies has been picked up. X9 wants this 3 out, brother. That is crazy work. I think both the gates are topside too. So they have to get topside, both of them, injured, with no pallets. Like, I don't know why they want this 3 out so bad. Like, they already won. They just want to play for best result. We do get the huge swing onto Zaf. Honestly, like, I don't know, bro. And they left the gate. If they get this 3 out, I'll be very impressed. I was going to say, like, I feel like if you're Varsity, you just hook, right? Yeah, okay, you get the 2K. Well played by both sides. I like X9's, you know, I don't want to say greed, but like competitiveness there to not just take the, you know, the easier win and just, you know, get one survivor out. They wanted to play for best result and ended up getting a 2 out. So well played by them. We are going to get Mori to finish off the set on to Jacob. We are in. Alright, Squill immediately spawning a shack, taking the first blink, going down the middle of the map towards topside. You know, spawns for CT are known. 11. It's either going to be 11 or 1, most commonly 11. And we're immediately going to blink on the hill like mid-9. And we're going to check for any survivor stealthing edge. We're going to blink through main building. Again, looking to see if any survivors are maybe stealthing in main, looking for a potential head-on stealth. You know, some teams like to immediately go in the lockers in main to set up a head-on for the first chase. I think X9 is too efficient to do something like that, but Squill still taking time to look edges, and we do hear progress on a generator. We are going to be taking first chase with Nullifies. Null running 5, looking like he's going towards the bottom of the map. Null keeping the chase 5. Squill going for some M1 mind games, to be honest. And we do get our first tag on to Nullifies. I think the game audio is bugged right now, as I can't even hear it. But so sorry about that. It's just spectator bug. Good movement by Nullifies. Now making it a 2-tap. Squill still looking for the first down onto Null, and that was an unfortunate miss there. Good pathing by Nullifies, making the Nurse whiff. Edge map so strong against Nurse. And Squill still looking for their first down. Good locker juke by Null. Null taking the time to, oh my god, Null is cooking, bro. That was crazy. I can't believe that worked. Well played by Null. Maybe the nerves getting the Squill just a little bit. You know, people that play like the mechanical killers, you can just kind of tell when a player's kind of starting to tilt. I don't know. It's just kind of like a vibe, you know, just based off the way the killer's kind of moving. I don't want to speak for Squill, but it maybe looks like the pressure's getting him just a little bit. Null taking the chase, deep corner. And that's going to be another whiff. Oh no, swing on the tree. This is a 2-generator chase. Fantastic job from Nullifies playing Z1 now. And we finally do get the down onto Null. Fantastic first chase. Really well played. That's going to be 2 gens for the first down over on edge 11. And we are going to take our hook behind main building. Incredible first chase by Nullifies. Especially considering it's a Nurse. Like, incredible first chase. Excuse me. Squill now checking edge 1, seeing if we can find any stealthing survivors, as we do have decent progress on this 1-gen. We do still have a 3-gen top, so it's not the worst position to be in. We can hold this 3-gen. We have 11 main 1. We do find Note, and we are going to take a chase with Note on I believe this 3. Note running towards the top side of the map. We do see the pull coming on to Nullifies. Squill predicting that they're going to path towards 11, and we are trying to cut off Nullifies. We do see that Gen 11 being progressed. We are looking for Null. We might have lost eyes on him. We do see that Crow in the distance, but I think that was Note running around 3. And we do see Note in the distance. We know 11 is getting progressed. Squill is looking like he needs to make a decision very, very soon. We do see, I think that is Ja? Who's Meg? No, it's Zafis. That was on 11, running 9 now. Good movement by Zafis, making a Squill mess up their blinks there. Zafis deciding to stay around. Ooh, nice. We finally do get our first tag onto Zafis, and there's going to be another generator popped. We still do have our 3-gen, 2 generators left, 1 stage, and we get our down onto Zafis. Zafis having a good death spot though, dying 7. Really far away from the 3-gen. Squill looking like they're going to take this hook 9? No, we're actually going to get kind of a little greedy, I think, and going top mid. Oh, do we get this? Yes, we do. Oh, that was, I don't know, bro. I would have been too scared to go for that hook, I ain't gonna lie. But Squill's got ice water in their veins, they're cold with it, so they just went for it. I respect it. We are going to take our kick onto the gen on 1, and that is going to be a perk reveal as well, with Pop Goes the Weasel getting some more regression onto that generator. As Squill looking to get a tag onto Note. Null is injured, so only Jaw can really go for this pull right now, as we do see Note right now on 4. So if anyone's going to come for this pull, it's going to be Jaw. I would imagine the generator on 11 is being progressed as we speak, and Squill is going to go check on it. Squill kind of patrolling both 11 and the hook. We do see yet another generator pop bot. Now it is just, can you hold the 3-gen? And we see the deli coming in on Zafis. We do get our tag onto Jaw. Squill needing a quick down here. Jaw deciding to keep the chase. 10. Jaw now taking the chase towards main building. And we do get our down onto Jaw. Jaw does die on pallet, but I don't think anyone's here for it. And moment of truth? No, we do get that safe hook onto Jaw. We do get eruption value, but our survivors do pop the final gen. We are at 3 stages. We'll see how many more stages Squill can get on the board. Try to make the win con a little easier for his survivors here. We get the pull onto Jaw. Oh, unfortunate fire barrel swing there. Good movement by the X9 survivors, and we get the stun, wasting a little bit more time. We did see, I can't believe that worked. We saw Note stealthing back out of main building. I think, wait, what? Oh, I thought I saw Note coming back out of main. Am I? Okay, I'm seeing things. I'm loopy. Squill's got much better eyes than me. We do get the FTP onto Note. Note, I think, going for a little locker juke there. We do end up getting the M1 onto Note. We're going to see if we can get Note out of the game. Good movement by Note to dodge the first blink. And we get the stun. Holy smokes. Really, really good movement by Note there. Note, they are desperately trying to get Note out of the game. Jaw ends up taking a hit for Note, but will it be enough? No. We do get the down onto Note. Jaw kind of in a dangerous position as well. Squill could potentially snowball this if they can get the downs quick enough. Jaw taking an edge map, and we do get, I mean not Jaw, Zafis. We do get the down onto Zafis. However, Null has been picked up, and it looks like we are now looking for Note. Try to get our hook onto Note. Note almost made it out the gate. He was like seconds away. But we will be getting our hook onto Note. Getting yet another fresh. Trying to make the win con just a little bit easier for our survivors here. But the pickup on Zafis does come through. Oh my god, these survivors are so efficient, man. It is crazy how quick things are happening. Like, that is insane, the pace of this game. And it looks like Zaf is going for a plot twist, actually. But Squill has eyes on him. Squill knows exactly where Zaf is. That was kind of a crazy plot twist, I ain't gonna lie. But I guess they're baiting for him to pick Zaf so they can get the free pull. And oh my god, man, that was such an aggressive play. It worked though. They wanted the pull onto Note, and we now get another hook onto Zaf. And that's gonna be another stage for Squill, and it looks like our survivors will just take their 3 out. And that is going to be a 1k6. One K6 for Fresh, I believe. Well played, well played. Alright, and we got Nullifies on the Nurse. We spawn Shack. Once again, WinCon is 7 stages. We have our Corrupt top side of the map. We do have the main 111 3-gen, and we also have we have 2 as well. We got 4-gen top. Nice. We do see some scratch marks going around main. It looks like Null is not interested in this chase. We're looking more towards the 9 side of the map. We do not see any survivors just yet. We know that there's one around main building, like probably like 1 side or 3 side at this point. But Null looking to play around maybe the 9 side of the map. But we now do decide to go 3. And we do see a Sable lurking around towards 4. We do get the notification, and it looks like Null will be taking first chase with Penance. Penance looking like they got the lights off, and we do see a Crow in the distance at 9. And oh my god, really, really good blink there by Null. Amazing patience. And that was going to be the first tag onto Penance, and first down at 5 gens. Very, very good pace to start things off here by Nullifies. Once again, the game audio I think is bugged for spectator. Like I can't even hear the chase music or anything. We do see some teabagging by Laker. We saw information on 2 survivors there, and it looks like Null is going to take the time to kick this generator on 9. Null now looking to go towards the 3 side of the map, and we are just looking to get maybe another tag on a fresh survivor. We do hear some progress on this gen, and that is Squill leaving kind of late, to be honest. That is going to be a free tag onto Squill, and we do get the pull onto Penance. Null now going back for his tunnel out. Oh, and we see why. I just noticed Null has a spicy perk actually in Unforeseen. We do get the down on to Penance, and that's going to be Penance's second stage, unless really well played Varsity getting the pallet save onto Null, prolonging Penance's tunnel out. They needed that. They need to have long chases to be able to meet this WinCon. Null committing to Penance, and we do get the down. Very, very good blinks by Null. That is going to be Penance's second hook. That is a spicy choice for Nursa, Unforeseen, and it paid off. I was wondering why Squill didn't pre-run that, but that's why, because Null was actually undetectable. Really interesting perk choice. You don't really see that too often, but you know, Null was a bit of an innovator for perks, it seems. And we are going to get, we are going to check on the gen at 2. No one's there, so we are going to decide to not waste too much time and go towards the 9 side of the map, looking for potentially another survivor. We do see a Crow respawn there, so perhaps there was a survivor stealthing around. We are going to just kind of hold this choke. You know, we have, you know, 1 and 2 right there. We do see Varsity going edge map. We are going to take the time to kick this generator. That is another perk reveal, and pop goes the Weasel. And we are coming back towards Hook now, predicting the pull coming in. I think we did just see a survivor. Yes, and it's going to be Squill going for the pull. We do get the tag onto Squill. This is going to be Penance's last run. Penance needs to have a good chase here to give their team any hope of winning. And Penance looking like they're going to play the tile on 4. Null just walking them down, looking to get the free, the safe blink. And that is going to be the final down on to Penance at 4 generators. Ooh, it's kind of looking a little tough for these silhouette survivors right now. They're gonna need a miracle to really come back from this. Oh no! Alright, and take 2. Hopefully that does not happen again. We got a different spawn this time. Null did spawn topside this time. We do have our corrupt bot. Null going towards 5. And we are looking for any stealthing survivors. We do find, once again, Penance. And we get an early tag onto Penance. And it looks like potentially a 2-tap. Yes, that is an even quicker down than last time. Null deciding to go for a slug here, actually. We do find yet another survivor, and it's going to be Laker. Null getting the quick tag onto Laker. Bro, Null's out for blood, going for the 2-tap onto Laker. Really good blink, and that is going to be Laker going down. I think, yep, Null is looking for a 4 slug. I think he might have gotten a little angry from that DC, and he is out for blood. We do see the pickup coming on to Penance. Null blinking back towards the bottom side of the map. And we are looking for our resetting survivors. Blinking towards Shaq, we find the Atom, and that is going to be... He is lethal with these blinks. Oh my god, he hasn't missed one yet. And that is going to be a quick tag onto Squill. Null now taking chase with Squill. Really patient with his blinks, man. Holy shit. There is the down onto Squill. That is 2 survivors slugged. Null is looking for his 4 slug, man. He's out for some blood. And I say that, and then now he goes for the hook. We are going to be taking our first hook on to Laker. There's no way they have any gen progress right now. So that is a fantastic start there by Nullifies. We do see Penance running towards the bottom side of the map. It looks like we are going to take chase with Penance. We do get the pickup onto Squill, and I was wrong. They did have gen progress. They got, I guess Squill had UB, and we are going back towards the hook. And I think we are looking for our tunnel out onto Laker. Laker wrapping around the main building. We do see scratch marks going upstairs, and we find Varsity. Null now taking chase with Varsity at the main building, deciding to leave it, looking for their tunnel out. We do see scratches going towards 11. Null blinking on the hill. And it is going to be a quick down onto Laker. This will be Laker's second hook at 4 generators. Really good early game pressure by Null, but solid by Silhouette being able to still pop a gen through that. You know, like had 2 survivors slug and 2 survivors slug, right? Insane pressure. It's going to be Laker's second hook. Squill still hasn't been reset, and there is the reset onto Squill. We do get chase with Varsity. Varsity dropping from main building, and Null looking to get, wow, blinked, looked up, avoided the blind, and got the hit. That is just such high level gameplay. Holy fuck. Really patient with the blink. Varsity going for the locker juke. Null going for the little fake. Varsity baiting the pole so they can get the free unhook. Null recognizing that does not go for the pole onto Varsity. Instead, we are going to confirm this death onto Laker. Only Penance or Squill could pull this right now, and that is Varsity going for a plot twist. So imagine, and we do see Squill, so really only Penance can be on a generator right now. We do zone Squill away. We get the tag. Squill looking like they are going to trade for Laker. Imagine Null will just take the trade. Ooh, unfortunate hit there on to Laker, not being able to get the down on to Squill. And Null now going for the final chase on to Laker. Fortunate blink there. The environment kind of eating it up. Laker needs to last here to give his team the best chance at meeting this win con. Once again, Null needs to get 7 stages to win this game. And that is going to be the final down on to Laker at 3 gens. You know, a little slower start than previous game, but still a very solid start. Definitely potential for 4K. I think in the previous game he got the total out at like 4 gens. This time he did it at 3. So that is going to be the death onto Laker at 3 gens. And we are going to now blink to 7. 7. Really good progress. Good game sense there by Null, knowing exactly which generator to go to. We do get the pop goes the Weasel onto the generator. We also get the Unforeseen and Eruption as well. You know, all perks. And that is going to be a tag onto Varsity. We now have Squill and Varsity injured. Penance the only healthy survivor. And this is going to be a down onto Varsity. It's crazy. Like, Null is so patient with these blinks, man. He just waits, like, just a bit, right, for the survivor to make a move. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy watching him play Nurse. It's just like, it's like the survivors give him the read. Like, he just waits the exact amount of time for the survivors to give him, like, enough information where he can blink on their head. It's really impressive. Going for a bit of a prediction blink that time, and we do see Squill running edge map towards the bottom side of the map, and really good blinks by Null there. That was like a last frame hit. We are going to take the slug onto Squill, and one survivor remains at 3 generators. We are looking for penance. Null quickly checking over on 7. We do see the pickup coming onto Varsity. We are going to get the kick onto the generator. Yet another pop kick, and we are undetectable now. Looking for the reset spot, going top side of the map. If we can find Varsity, get a quick down, and then find penance, I mean, it's GG. This is looking like a rough position for these survivors to be in. Getting yet another eruption on the generator top side, and we are going to check main building. It is a pretty solid setup top side that Nullifies has. We do finally find a survivor over on 10. We see the ball, and it is going to be Penance running towards the bottom side of the map. It might be Varsity actually playing for pickup at this point. Getting yet another eruption proc onto 10. We now have 3 gens with eruption on them. So once that down comes in, oh my god, finding the stealthing Penance. And Null now looking to get a down, proccing 3 eruptions. Good movement by Penance there. And this might be it for Penance out in the open. And Null getting the down, proccing eruption on 3 generators, getting a ton of value. And we are going to take our first hook on to Penance. Null looking to close this out on 3 generators. We are going towards the top side of the map. And we do see Squill. All survivors are injured now. So they're all, you know, they're just all one shot. Penance gets the deli off. Null looking like potentially going back. No, Null decided to stay top side of the map. He has a 4-gen here. Really good setup. And we do find Squill running around the main building. And it looks like Null is going to take this chase. Really good blink by Null there. Not falling for the double back. And we get the down on to Squill. I think this is Squill's first hook because I think he got slugged the first time. And it is. That will be Squill's first hook of the game. Looks like Null now abandoning his slug strat. Wait, what? Did he just get insta-pulled and second win? I imagine. No. I guess that was Deli. So Penance must have been second wind. Okay, I see. Yeah, because that makes sense because they're doubling. So I guess Varsity was just in the area. And Varsity hits a very well-timed dead hard. These survivors are going to have to make magic happen as Nullifies is on 6 stages. Just needs 1 more, and there it is. That is going to be the win for X9. Well played by Null. Still at 3 gens. He could 4K3 or 4K2 this, it seems. Gonna hook on the active generator at 7. Making it impossible for these survivors to pop this gen. It's probably their most high progress gen as they were doubling it. And Null is also going to get Pop Ghost Weasel on it as well as an eruption proc. So, I mean, this gen is just going to die now. And Null taking it back towards the top side of the map where he has a really good gen set up. X9 has won the game 2-0, but we are going to play this out for sportsmanship. Seeing a survivor 11th side of the map. I believe that is Squill that is going to now take chase with Null. Null deciding to actually not take chase. Instead, we are going to get a kick on this generator over on 10. We do see the pull coming onto Varsity. I imagine they're probably going to double 7. And Null looking for Squill, it seems. Or no, actually going back. Excuse me. Going back towards 7. Chasing these survivors off of the generator, which probably has the most progress out of any of the gens. Now going back towards 10, kind of seesawing between survivors. He knows what they're doing. They're doing a 2-1 split on 7 and 10. Null predicting that the survivors will be back on 7. Does see scratch marks. We do see Penance going towards 5. Predicting that there's another survivor that stayed. Shack, we do see blood on the locker. So we know that survivors are in the locker. I believe they were in the other one though. And we get the down onto Varsity, and that is going to be eruption proccing. However, we do get DS. Good DS play by Varsity, but Varsity is kind of zoned edge map, and Null gets the quick down. That is going to be Varsity taking another hook stage. I forget if this is Varsity's second hook or final hook. Well, I guess we're about to find out. It looks like it's their second hook because Noel is hooking them on the active generator. We might see 10 pop. It might be 4K2. Oh no, that was their final that was their final hook actually, and there's 10 popping. So it's looking like we are in a 4K2 scenario. We do see Penance stealthing for that 7 gen, and it looks like Noel is just going to take this chase with Penance. And Hatch does not count as an escape if all the gens have not been popped. So Noel can freely just get this down and hook. Doesn't have to really slug. But Noel decided to go back towards 7, predicting that Squill would come in and try to finish the generator. We do get another pop goes the Weasel on it. Both survivors are injured. It's just a matter of, you know, finding them, and then it's pretty much GG's at this point. It's looking like a 4K2 by Nullifies. And Nullifies just, you know, trying to sniff out these remaining survivors. I wonder if they're just trying to meet up somewhere and reset. However, we do find Squill running behind the main building, and I imagine Noel will take this chase. Noel predicting that Squill would wrap all the way around the main to one side. It looks like that was Squill's initial thought, but Squill, very good pathing, predicted the blink and double back towards 10. We are going to commit this chase with Squill onto 10. I imagine Penance would be back on 7, trying to make it a 4K1. Looks like Noel is going to full send this chase. Really good corner tech there by Squill. Solid trickery. Squill just needs to last as long as possible, try to make it a 4K1. I believe that is what Silhouette is trying to play for at this point. Oh, good movement by Squill. Finally making Nullifies miss. Like, we haven't really seen Noel miss too many blinks, but that one was. And we do see the reset coming onto Penance. And we also see scratches going towards Shaq. Good game sense by Noel, knowing when to leave that chase and force the survivor off the generator. And it looks like we're just kind of seesawing again. We're just trying to find the survivor that's out of position. We know Penance wants to work 7. They're probably still bottom side of the map. I would imagine they're probably stealthing like Shaq with 5 or something. They want to pop that gen. I'm guessing Squill is probably top side. They might be like trying to meet up somewhere like 3 side. Try to get the reset onto Squill. But no, actually it looks like Penance is just going to commit this generator on 7. And it should be the down onto Penance. Noel can freely hook here because, like I said, Hatch does not count as an escape if all the generators have not been popped. So Squill is going to have to play for the doors. And it is looking like a 4K2 in this scenario. We do see the scratch marks, and that is Squill at Shaq. And he wanted his 1v1, but Noel ain't got time for that, so. Is he gonna give him his 1v1? Maybe. Nah, we're just gonna take the hook. Yeah, Noel ain't got time for that. He just wants to end this game, go next. So GG, well played by both sides. That is going to be X9 winning 2-0 against Silhouette for our very first game of NA's Last Hope. Well played by both sides.